ado, I would like to give the floor to Carolina. Carolina, please take us through this journey in Colombia.
Thank you, Carolina. Thank you once again for this wonderful invitation to share with you what we are doing at AFE regarding the SDGs. As you mentioned before, for us, SDGs are our framework to work. So it's part of our, sorry, I will share here. It's part of our agenda, and we include SDGs in all of our initiatives. And today, we will talk about two initiatives, our map and the collective project. And I think that they are our stars to present to you, and it's how we can boost SDGs and how we can articulate them better with the work of our foundations. So I won't show this video clip, but I will send you this presentation to all of you, and you can check the video clip and to understand better what we do at AFE. But I just want to tell you that we have three main axes. The first is that we connect our members with their peers and also with other partners, promoting reflections and learnings and fostering collaboration and articulations. The other main axis that we promote at AFE is that we advocate for promoting debate on the public social agenda, boosting cross-sectoral dialogues, and finally, we communicate. So we are the ambassadors of our associates, our members, and we share the relevant knowledge of the social sector, the knowledge that our members have, but also the knowledge that other peers and partners have as the SDG-PP. So today we gather 74 foundations. Most of them, as you can see in this graphic, are corporate foundations. Almost 70% are corporate foundations, but we also have family foundations and independent foundations. In Colombia, and it's similar in Latin America, we have more corporate foundations, and philanthropy corporate foundations are leading philanthropy here in our region. Regarding the SDGs, we are committed with the SDGs, as I told you at the beginning, and they are our framework of all of our initiatives, and we are trying to map how our foundations are working with the SDGs in each projects. So you can see in this graphic that the SDG number 4, that is education, is the most important to them. But you can see how all foundations are working in all SDGs. So for us, it's really important to understand how our foundations can achieve with this project and with these initiatives the SDGs. We see SDGs as the best tool to achieve a real development in our country. And the first project that we have is also how we can promote this articulation, how we can communicate and advocate, and it's the map. AFE map that is online. It's a tool that you can access to online, just doing www.mapa.afe.org. It's an online database that we use with Google technology. And today we have more than 1,500 projects of all of our foundations, and we are sure that we are promoting transparency and accountability. And also, this map has the advantage that each foundation can customize and manage their projects, including indicators of each foundation. So, for example, if a foundation is leading a project in education, and this foundation wants to add an indicator, for example, the attendance of children going to the school, the foundation can add this indicator on its own platform. So each foundation, once they update their own maps, automatically they update our collective map, and we share this information today with the social map that is led by the government, and also with the foundation center that is partner of the philanthropy department to share this information with the SDG funders website. All projects that we have are aligned with the SDGs, and we are trying to also not only with the SDGs, but also to include the SDG targets, to have a deepened analysis of what we are doing, how our foundations are working regarding the SDGs. So I don't know if you have any questions regarding the map. I can show you here. I'm sharing my agenda. I can show you here how the mapa. Wait a minute. Okay, here's the map. So you can see here how the map works, and here in projects you can go there and you can see here the SDGs, and all the 70 SDGs are listed here, and you can check, for example, if you want to look what projects are focused on the SDG number 4, you can go there. You can go there and look for these projects, and you will have a selection of this project focused on SDG number 4. So you will see here, there are the projects, and you can see, for example, if I want to look any region, you can see the projects. We have 35 projects in this territory working in SDG number 4, and you can see the detail of each project that is focused on SDG number 4, and you can also download this information in a PDF. So all the information you can see here, for example, we have in this region, we have more than 100 projects working in education, and you can zoom and zoom, zoom and zoom until you find the final project. And for example, here you have the information of the project. So you can see, for example, here, you can see here's a program, Teaching for Colombia, and it's a project leading by 3 of our foundations, Fundación Carvajal, Dividendo Fraternidad Medellín. You can see the purpose of the project. You can see when the project started, the other entities that are partners of this project. For example, the municipality of Medellín is partner of this project, and also what population is the target of this population. So, children from 6 to 11, and also adolescents. And so you can see here, you can see what SDGs are the focus of this project. So number 4 is the focus of this project. It's a urban project because we have rural and urban project, and you can see that it's focused on basic education, lessons learned. So we are see what is that this project allows to avoid desertion from the school. And you can see here what is the investment. So you can see how much our foundations are investing in this project in pesos, and how much other parties are investing. So you see here that our foundations are doing fundraising this project. So you can see that you can see all the information. And then if you want to have a list of these projects, you can have a PDF with you can have a PDF you can export, and you can have the list of all these projects in a PDF with the complete information. I don't know if you have a question regarding the map, or I should continue with the next project that I want to present to you. Here is the PDF with the all projects. So Carolina, let me know if I continue or if you want to stop here and to have some question about how we are working with our map, how we are improving it.
Why don't you go continue, Carolina, and then we will take questions at the end of the presentation.
Okay. So this one is our map, and as I told you here, you can access to this map, but only our foundations can add information to the map, because we are sure that all of them are saying the truth, and we don't have to do an audit, an external audit to them. So we are sure that they are giving the information that is real information. And as I told you before, we share this information with the government and with the SDG funders. So the other project that we want to present, that is our second star, and it was we have received the support from the SDG Philanthropy Platform, is the Antioquia's Collective Project. So Antioquia, as you see in this map, is one of the most important regions in Colombia. Antioquia, you will see here, sorry, I will go back. No, I will check. Antioquia is located in a strategic region because we have mountains in this area, but we also have the sea, and we have Chocó, that difficult territory in Colombia. So we have multiple populations in this territory. Even the capital is Medellin, one of the second most important city in Colombia. The rural territories, they don't have the same level of development. So we started a project in Antioquia with 12 foundations, and today in this new phase that I will tell you later, we have 18 foundations working together. The name of this project is Learning Together to Work Together, because as you know, working in a collaboration in philanthropy is really difficult. Is it common to find partnerships between 2 or 3 foundations, but not as easy to find a partnership with more than 10 foundations? Actually, 5 is difficult. So we started 2 years ago, and when the SDGPP invited us to be the local partner, we started at this time. We had some conversations among our foundations how we can improve our work looking at the region. So we started these foundations. All of them are based in Medellin, but they have work in other territories around the country. And we selected 2 different territories. One in Urabá, that is the plantain region in our country. That is also the frontier with the Atlantic Ocean, so it's a difficult geographic situation because it's the channel for the narco traffic. And also we selected Oriente. Oriente is in the middle of mountains, so the context is completely different. Actually, being the same state, they are completely different. And these 2 regions are the most deprived regions in Antioquia. They have been the communities living there, they have been victims of the conflict and of a high number of displaced population during this conflict. So we want to understand how we can interact and how we can integrate the peace building process with the SDGs. We understand that we only can achieve a real peace if we understand and we accomplish all SDGs. So here is just some pictures of the territories that we are working. You will see that you are in the middle of the mountain. So you can see there is nothing close to there. And also here in Urabá, it's a different context. It's not too many mountains. It's a flat land. And so we started to say, okay, how we can work together, how we can understand better our work. And it is true that in these territories, some of the foundations that are part of this project, they have some projects there, but not together. So we started to say, okay, we need to understand what are the needs from the community, what are the needs from the environment, what are the needs from the public institutions. So we started our first phase with a community-based participatory dialogue, and we end this phase with a document, a systematization that was led by one of the universities, one of the most important universities here in Colombia, Universidad of Antioquia. So we have a professor following the process during the beginning until the end, capturing all the lessons, and we can at the end now that we finished that last night that we finished the first phase, we can see what are the community's priorities, and now we have the elements to build a collective project. This phase also helped us to improve the trust among our members, our foundations. And now more foundations are willing to participate in the second phase. The second phase will be focused on the implementation. So how we can implement the project, having into account the priorities from the community. And it is interesting because at the beginning, as I told you when I showed the map, the priority for our foundation is education. So at the beginning, we started to say, okay, the project will be focused on education. But as you see here, the project will be focused on improving the access to clean water and sanitization for the communities. So we see that if we want to improve education, if we want to improve income generation there, if we want to improve housing projects, we need water. So we cannot start any project if we don't ensure that communities will have access to clean water. So now we are starting the implementation. Last Friday, actually, we signed the governance agreement, because I think it's one of the most important issues in this collective project. And now we are looking what external organization will help us to manage this project, because we need a backbone organization to lead this project. And AFE, and as I will tell you in this slide, our role will, with the collaboration of the SDGPP, will be to support and to give guidance to the project, to help in the formulation of the project, and also to manage the governance body, because our role as external partners, it gives us an added value, because they understand that we don't have any particular interest in the territory. We don't have any particular interest for looking for funds in the same territory. So we are also looking as an external member. The challenges, of course, is how we can promote a trust. It's difficult for corporate foundations to work beyond their territories, beyond their corporate interest. So now we are trying to understand that this project is covering a region. It's not covering an area. It's not covering a specific territory. It's covering a region. How we can understand two territories completely different, but with the same view, how philanthropy can improve real social transformation. So I think it's having a work, and if you can see here how we understand the project within the SDGs. The problematic is understanding how we can reduce poverty and reduce inequalities. The strategy is promoting new partnerships, and the activity to be implemented is around the SDG number 6, and SDGs number 2, number 3, number 4, number 11, and number 8 will benefit, because we will reduce hunger, we will improve health, education, we will improve housing, and we will improve economic growth. So it's how we are understanding that all our work is also aligned with the SDGs. And it is a phase that we use for the first phase. It will be that this phase was an opportunity to deepen the reading we make about the territories and how we can boost the SDGs. And the name, of course, I think is the most important, is how we can learn together to work together. So it's just the two projects that I want to present today, and I open to all questions that you have. Both the map and the collective project is a process of learning, and we thank the support from the SDGPP, because it's the platform how we can show to the world how we are working with the SDGs, and also to receive all the learning from them, how we can improve our work and how we can work better to achieve all these challenges regarding the SDGs.
Carolina, thank you very much. This was a very inspiring presentation. And Amanat, maybe let's see if we have questions now.
Yeah, we do.
Please read them out.
Yeah, so we have one question from Natalia Torres in Brazil. She wonders if
No sé, oye. ¿Me oyes?
We cannot hear you, Amanat.
We lost the connection. Carolina?
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll repeat the question. We have a question from Natalia Torres in Brazil. She was wondering if the indicators are defined by the own foundations or if they are unified among them.
Okay, yes. So as I thought, could I answer this question right now?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, great. So I'm sharing my screen. 1 minute. 1 minute. I will share my screen again. So as I showed you when I presented the map, here we have some filters to look for information. But each foundation, so it's the common element that all foundations should submit when they have a project in our map. But if a foundation wants to, for example, we have a foundation that is focused on income generation, and each foundation they want to say, okay, how much how much they are receiving the people that I am supporting, so they can include their own indicators. So we have both options. You know, for example, this is the map of one of our foundations. This is a customized by one of the foundations, and you will see here that they have another information. You will see here that they have a picture of the project. They have how much families they are working, but once they update this information, automatically it updates our map here. So each foundation can add up 50 new indicators on its own map. Is it clear?
Yes, Carolina, and then I have that's Carolina speaking here. I would have a follow-up question to this very important question about indicators. Are you using also the indicators from the SDG framework? So, but my question is, do you use the nationally determined SDG indicators or do you use the global indicators in this case?
In this case, we use the 70 SDGs right now, and the idea is to include this year the target that you have the global, because in Colombia we don't have yet the indicators for the country, so we are using the global ones. And you will see here we have the name of each SDG.
Right. Okay, very good. Thank you. Amanat, do we have any other questions?
Yes, we do. We have about 3 more questions for now. The next question is from Livia Maria Noguera. I can invite her to ask her question herself, if she would like to do so.
Yes, yes, please. Let's have people speak.
Yeah. So if Olivia, if you can hear me, then you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, my question is, I would like to know how AFE has worked with United Nations in implementing SDG in Colombia.
Okay, thank
how
you.
They are working together. And...
Yes, I think that being the local partner of the SDGPP has allowed us at AFE to work together with the UNDP in Colombia. The platform has a coordinator here in Colombia, and we are working closer with this coordinator all the time. And you are sure that we have talked to Carolina about that, and we can improve this relationship. But we are working together, and I think the SDGPP is the best platform to work together with the UNDP.
Yes, and Carolina, maybe you can expand a little bit how your relationship goes in sort of like how do you, for example, facilitate foundations of philanthropy when it pertains the national processes on SDGs, the high-level commission? Do you have any interactions with the UN at that point? And maybe also if you have any interactions, I know that you're working very intensively on the peace process, but both the UN and the government. Is there any interaction there? So if you could expand, I know that this topic is very pertinent for all our UN colleagues.
Okay, yes. With the UNDP in Colombia, we have been working regarding the peace process. Last month, we launched a report about how philanthropy can boost and actually improving SDGs, and how we can boost the peace process in Colombia. It is available on the SDG funder site. And also with the High Commission, the government created 1 year ago a High Commission to improve the SDGs in our country. Unfortunately, this commission hasn't had a meeting during this year because, you know, the government right now is focused on the peace building process. But we are working with the planning department here in Colombia, and also with the International Cooperation Agency. We just launched 7 cases of our foundations and also one of our map, how SDGs, so working with this agency, with this International Cooperation Agency and UNDP and AFE, we launched 7 cases of how we are improving SDGs in our country in 7 specific initiatives. All these initiatives are also available in our website at AFE. So we are trying that all of our initiatives are connected with the work that UNDP is doing. And I think that the role that the coordinator of the SDGPP is playing here in Colombia is really important for us to do this link.
Yes, does this respond to your question?
Yes, I think she's having sound issues, but she said thank you. She's
okay.
No.
Amanat, please read out maybe the next, or invite the next person.
Okay, so we have the next question from Raquel Altamani. Raquel, please go ahead and ask your question. We've given you sound access.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Carolina. I'd like to ask you about this georeference map tool. If it's something that you developed yourself, so if you hired any kind of previously developed software, and if this can be implemented in other countries, is it software that can be hired or shared? How does it work?
Okay, Raquel, yes, thank you for your question. Yes, we use Google technology, but we have Serviinformación is the Google provider here in Colombia, so we work with them, and also with a Spanish company, Carton DB. So they are supporting us all day. They give us the support. Last year we had a peer learning here in Colombia with our peers from Indonesia, Ghana, and Kenya. They came to Colombia with UNDP and Carolina, and we are open to share all this information with you and our lessons and how you can do a similar map in your countries. So it is because we are using Google technology, so it's a tool that you can use, and we can talk to our provider how you can implement this map in your country, because I understand that this provider is only for Colombia, but Google, they have different partners in each country. And actually today, we will have a new training with Carton DB, the Spanish company, to improve the tools that we're using in our map.
I would like to add to this, Carolina, if I may. From the view, this is Carolina and I'm from UNDP. I think that from the viewpoint of the SDGs, this is one of the very unique and innovative projects, not only among philanthropies around the world, but also anybody who is working on on SDGs. The map is a really great tool that shows how the resources are distributed among the goals. And it's a very simple tool, but it's extremely powerful. And I have been working with foundations for many years now, and other partners, and this is very, very unique. And I would encourage everybody to really see how wonderful it is to see the power of data and what it means to accelerate progress on the SDGs. So we can all learn from you, Carolina.
Thank you, Carolina, for your words, and we are always open to share with you. Actually, last week we finished a meeting with some people that do recommend us, and we share all the information and how you can implement these tools in your country. Because at the end, our dream is how we can have a global map with the philanthropy information in each country.
Thank you, Carolina. And Amanat, do we have the next question, please?
We have no more questions, but if you want to ask a few, you can go ahead. Oh, we have one question coming in from Isaac from Ghana.
Isaac, please go ahead. The floor is yours.
We're just waiting for his question to come in, then I'll read it out. Okay, so his question is he wonders how the map integration works for the project.
How the map integrates, could you repeat, please? Sorry?
How does the map integration work for the projects?
You mean for the projects in Antioquia?
Yes.
How the map is supporting the collective project?
Yes. Is there a link?
Okay, yes. Yes, actually it's a link, because here, if you go to Colombia, you can see that, sorry, that also, you can see all the projects, and of course, the collective project is a unique project we have here in Colombia, because it's the first time that we are leading a project with more than 17 foundations working together. And we understand, when we started this project, we understand how we can have more than 600 projects working, each foundation's leading a project there, and how we can promote a collective project, having a regional vision. So I think it was it showed us the importance of working together. And for example, you see here, Urabá, we have 72 projects. So now we have one project that is led by 18 foundations working together. So I think it's a way to show how we need to align our efforts and how we can work more articulated. I don't know if I answered your question, but of course, it's the map and the collective projects at work is how we can promote better articulation, better connection, better communication among us, and how we can work together to achieve a social transformation. And our slogan at AFE said, we cannot, together we add more, and we're sure that with this project we will add more, and also with the map.
Thank you very much, Carolina. And I have a follow-up question. So the MAPA tool has, you said, improved information flow and communication connection. Can you tell or certify that actually this kind of tool promoted more collaboration between foundations, so that if one foundation, for example, saw that another one is working on, let's say, women in one part of the country, they said, oh, we also have an interest to work in the same area. We will then team up with them, with this foundation, to do something together. Can you see that this kind of technology spurs and fosters more collaboration?
Yes, for sure. This map, and also the work we are doing here at AFE with our regional meetings and with our peer meetings because they understand. For example, if I want to go to the, for no Medellin, because for example, let's see, I want to do a project in our territory in Colombia, and I say, okay, who is doing that? Who is working in this territory? So that I can see, oh, for example, I want to improve a project. Let's go to the SDG. I want to work in a project in SDG number 8. So you'll see, okay, who is doing what? And I can call this foundation as what you are doing there. How can I learn from you? Because at the end, what we want to improve a community among our members. So they can understand, for example, that, sorry, I open again, that, for example, here we have a project working in a specific area, so I can call this foundation, I can ask for more information. But it is a tool not only available for our foundations, but also available for you. So, for example, if any partner from the international corporation wants to come to Colombia to do a project in a specific issue, they can go to this to the map, and they can see who is working in a specific territory or who is working on a specific area. Today, I can say that this tool, looking for new partnerships, is useful for external partners rather than for our members, because our members use more the map to present its own information to the board, to its boards.
Excellent.
But, for example, you see this foundation is it is a foundation, and for example, this is a small association of farmers, and they don't this association, they don't have the capacity to have its own website. So Fundación ICE is supporting and say, you want to present your project in a website, use my website. So this is a way how you can improve the map, and how you can customize this map. So you can see, for example, Chocolate Colombia. You can see the picture, and they have. If you go to their intranet, you can find more information about this project, how they are receiving the credits, how they are improving some productivity issues. So each foundation can customize the map. This, I think, is one of the alibades of this map.
Carolina, thank you so much. This is very clear. Amana, do we have any questions, or shall I ask the next one?
We have one more question from Isaac. Isaac, you can go ahead. We're having some technical problems. We're just connecting to Isaac.
Very good. So I just wanted to, using this opportunity, I wanted to make a little bit of a promotion and invite all of you participants to please see our website, which is sdgfunders.org, sdgfunders.org, and there you find directly access to the website that Carolina is talking about. You can also look at the report that Carolina mentioned, which is about how the Colombian philanthropy is supporting the peace process in Colombia. I also have my favorite report that AFE produced is a really great report about how philanthropy in Colombia can contribute to the goals, especially the goal 1, which is the poverty reduction. It was written about a year ago, and it was a very unique way of showing philanthropic contributions to the SDGs, not necessarily to the whole multidimensional aspect of the SDGs. So please go and see our website. And while we are waiting for Isaac, I also have a follow-up question.
Hello.
Carolina, oh, Isaac, your turn. Go on.
Yes, thank you very much, Carolina, for a very, wonderful presentation, and thanks also for the great work you are doing in Colombia. I have two quick questions. The one is regarding the geo-reference database. That's the AFE map. Do you have any mechanisms to sort of data, in terms of checking the quality of data that is uploaded onto the map? Do you have any specific mechanism to check the quality of data uploaded on the map? Then the second question is on the local level implementation. I'm sure, given the fantastic work AFE and the various foundations have done in Colombia over the years, and specifically with implementing the SDGs at the local level, are you able to share with us any specific challenges that you may have experienced over the period? Thank you.
First, regarding the quality of the data, as I mentioned before, we only have our foundations in our map. So today we have 74 foundations, and the process to be part of AFE is demanding. So not all foundations can be part of AFE. So we only have ours, and we are sure that our foundations, being part of AFE, will give us a real data. They have signed also an MOU when they are part of AFE. They sign an MOU saying that they have the compromise to say the truth to us, and also to submit real information in the map. It's because at the beginning we received some requirements from the government to receive other partners, but we don't have the capacity to verify this data. But being only AFE foundations part of this that can submit projects to the map, we are sure that they are giving true information. So this is the first question. The second one, could you repeat, is the implementation. So could you repeat the second question, please?
Yes. So the second question is regards, implementation at the local level. I wanted to find out if there are any specific challenges that you faced over the period, if you can share any of that with us, because I know sometimes doing things at the national level, it's easier, but when you really go to the grounds and implement projects at the local level, sometimes it's not all rosy as sometimes it's painted. So I'm wondering if you can share some of the challenges that you've encountered so far.
The challenges regarding the SDGs, or the challenges working as an association, or is both? Isaac, challenges regarding the SDGs or regarding sharing data? Okay, I will ask both. Okay, the challenge sharing data, of course, is the time that each foundation has to dedicate to upload the information in the map. We have a person here at AFE, that is Paola, you met her last year, and she visits the foundation every 6 months to verify that the information is completed. We have all the time trainings, webinars like this one with our foundation to improve the importance of using this map. But it's difficult because all the time most of our foundations are operating their own projects, so they don't dedicate time to upload the information here. It's because we have a person here at AFE supporting this process. Do you need more? Is the question that you asked me, or I answer a different one?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I may repeat the question. I only wanted to find out the challenges you faced at the local, implementing projects at the local level with regards to the SDGs.
Regarding the, okay, at local level, yes, I think that one of the tools that we are using and that has helped us to improve SDGs here is the SDG cases that we posted at the SDG Funders website, because we have also another person dedicated to do these cases, and it is an opportunity to talk to our foundations and to explain them how is the agenda, the 2030 agenda, and how they can use this agenda, how they can incorporate SDGs in their initiatives. They don't have to do any different. They have to adapt their projects to the agenda, and we document just one page, you know them, the SDG cases, we document in one page how our foundations are improving SDGs. And it's just the beginning of a process, because we continue talking to them, saying and ratifying the importance of incorporating SDGs in the projects. And also in all of our initiatives that we are leading here at AFE, we always mention SDGs as a priority. And for example, today we are leading a rural discussion with our foundations, and we incorporate SDGs there. We are promoting a discussion, and actually we will have a seminar next September with the Inter-American Development Bank, how we can improve our role doing advocating for public policy, and how we can improve this role implementing SDGs. So it will be the first seminar for the Inter-American Development Bank implementing and involving SDGs. And we agree with the IDB that the material of this seminar will be available for all of you. So you can have access to this material, because we are paying for that actually at AFE.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we don't have any other questions that have come in after this, but Carolina, if you want to carry on, you can.
No, I am open. I thank you once again for this opportunity to have this time to talk to you and to share some of our experiences. As you know, and Carolina knows, we're always open to share all the information that we have, and also willing to learn more from you. I think being part of this platform should be an opportunity to share more experiences among us, to learn more among us, because I know that Ghana, Kenya, Indonesia, the US are doing an excellent work regarding the SDGs and all around the platform. So my interest and our interest here at AFE is to learn more from you and also to share more from you.
Thank you so much, Carolina. And I have one more follow-up question, which I think is participants would like to know. Can you tell us a little bit more on how the MAPA is connected with the government data on social issues? I think it's really interesting how you even share the data in real time with the government. And so that's sort of my first question. And the second question is, if you can briefly, because we are coming to an end, speak about how do you work with local governments? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you? And how do you integrate your work with the ongoing process of working on the SDGs at the local level with the government of Antioquia?
Okay, great. Thank you, Carolina. Yes, the government has its own social map. When I answered the question to Isaac, I mentioned that we have our own map because we have each foundation can customize, but all the information that we have in our map, we share this data with the social map from the government. That is also an online platform. So they have 100 foundations and 74 are AFE. So most of them are AFE foundations. And we share this information. The government, actually, you know how is the government working. So they are changing, they have a new person at the government leading this process, this map. So we will start again because we are open to share the information, but we continue with our commitment to share all this information with the government. And I think it's the best tool how all this information that we have in this map, we can have in this national map from the government. The second question about local governments, the relationship that we have with them is through our foundations, because all of our foundations are working closer with local governments. Today, with the collective project, we just finished the first phase, and we will present the results of this first phase to the government. Actually, the university that helped us to do this systematization is a public university, so it's part from the government. So we are trying to involve all the time the government. We understand that we cannot replace the state, but we complement the public policies, and we can give elements to the government to improve its role. And this collective project is just a pilot of how we can learn to work together, and the systematization is critical because it highlights the main inputs and outputs from the project.
Excellent, Carolina. Thank you so much. This was very clear, very good presentation. And again, I want to congratulate for this great pioneering work and for your leadership, philanthropy's leadership. And when I was there, like you mentioned last year at our peer-to-peer learning trip, one thing that what I really noticed was that there was a great level of trust between the government and Colombian foundations and AFE. And I think that the trust that was there allows for all partners to be able to really forge innovative things like this together. And that trust is really learned by having systematic relationships and being systematically connected to all issues. I remember, Carolina, when your chairman, Pablo Obregon, once said last year at the General Assembly meeting that your relationships with government, I mean, your as the Colombian foundations with government is always smooth. Sometimes it's rocky, but you always are neighbors and you try to be good neighbors. So a first step to this good neighborhood is to have a continuous and good dialogue. So again, I congratulate you on this relationship, and thank you so much for an inspiring presentation today. Amanat, over to you.
I just want to add that we have neighbors, we are good neighbors, but we don't lose our role having an independent voice. Because I think if we are actors, we should maintain our critical and independent voice.
Okay, thank you, Carolina and Carolina. I'd like to thank everyone for attending the webinar. We have also recorded the webinar, so we will be sharing the link after this. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
And I will share the latest version of my presentation.